Hello there, and welcome to Monday Night Team Life Changers. And I'm actually going to ask everyone to mute your lines if you don't mind. Um, so I am going to start out with the Success Club. This is February 29th, so we have one. Tonight's the night, and we have some people that are actually literally texted me and said, I just hit Success Club. So I'm very excited to shout these people out. So I'm excited because we have some people that have sold some challenge packs that haven't been on the board before. And one was Darla. Darla sold, so she's on the point for 2 points. Karen is on the board for 2 points. Kathy Park is 2 points. Miriam Helton just messaged me and said she sold another challenge pack, which would put her at 6 points. So that is awesome. Sarah, who is a brand new coach, who actually sent people to me even before, like, she decided to do the challenge, and she's going around her hospital, like, talking about it. And there were 4 people, no, 3 people, 3 or 4 people who signed on with me just because she was doing it. And now she sold 3 challenge packs as soon as she signed up as a coach. So she's rocking it at 6 points right now. Kristen Russell has 1 coach and 4 points. So Kristen could actually hit Success Club pretty easily as well. 1 point to go. Melinda Nanini has 2 coaches and 6 points. Melinda is like rocking it with the coaches. How many coaches do you have, Melinda? 4 now? You have 4?
Yeah, I have 4.
4 coaches. So she's rocking it with the coaches. And Susan Seiler is 10 points. 0 coaches, 10 points. So she has hit Success Club 10, which is awesome. And here's Cindy at 2 coaches and 10 points. So she's gotten 2 coaches and hit Success Club 10. So that is awesome. And then I was doing some discount coaches. So I had 2 people that have signed up for the business. And so I have 4 coaches total and 16 points. And then there are a couple of people who are thinking about buying tonight. So we'll see what those points do. And I was going to have Lori do our team cup, but I don't even know what the points are. I wish they would have sent us. Maybe they'll send it in the morning, I guess. I don't know. But so I think that's pretty cool that we have a lot of people on our team that are, that are hitting Success Club, who are getting it at the very last minute, and that's very exciting. So, and Miriam is actually driving on her way from California, and she hit Success Club, so that's cool. So, so I want to talk just a little bit before we get into the telling our stories, kind of what's going to happen. So, I was trying to push for February to push us so that we could do really well for Team Cup. And that's why we had kind of that squirrely schedule for our challenge groups, where it's prep time now, and then we officially start next week, and it's kind of confusing that way. And Melinda was asking me even today, saying, like, what are we going to do? From here on out, just to simplify things so that everybody knows, we're going to start on the 1st and 3rd Mondays of every month. So that's going to be our official start dates. And those are going to be starting with prep as well. So it just starts. So once they're in, it starts with prep and it goes on from there. So instead of having a start date and then the week before is prep, we're going to have the start date and they're all going to prep. And I'm just going to let all of you guys just run your businesses the way that you want to run them. I mean, if you want to put somebody in, like they just got their stuff and you want to put them in and like send them videos on how to do their food charts or the containers or measurements or whatever, you can take care of your challengers ever how you see fit for that. I'm just going to kind of go like clockwork and post the way that I've been posting. And they're pretty much the exact same thing. Prep week for sure is pretty much the exact same thing every month. And then if I come across new material, then some things may change. But for the most part, the challenge groups kind of stay the same. So, and then as far as when it ends, the way that I'm doing it is the challenge group ends. So Love Your Bodies is going to end. I'm going to offer my people the options of repeating it. That means I'm taking people out of Love Your Body and I'm putting them in to the March makeover. So I'm not going to be posting any more in Love Your Body because it just gets too, and I think we saw summer bodies kind of die down. And I think that excitement, once the excitement just wears off, it's like, it just makes it work for me. And I like it to be drummed up and fun. So I'm just going to let, if they want to repeat it with, the other people who are on board, they can repeat it, and I'll let you guys grab your people, put them in. And for my people, I'm going to offer my accountability group. And that is going to be a decision for you guys. I do recommend, Susan and I had a conversation over the phone this week because she branched off and started doing her own challenge group this week. Yay, go for you, Susan. That's awesome. Go for you, Susan. That doesn't even make sense. Go, Susan. Yay for you, Susan. That's awesome because, and I liked what she had to say when she was, because I noticed that too, because everybody has different personalities. You guys have heard me say this 1,000 times, but everybody has different personalities, and your people are attracted to you because they love you. And I think a lot of times I might be overbearing for some people because I'm loud and I post and I, do my thing. Maybe not for everybody, but whatever. I thought it was very interesting that in our thread today, Susan was saying that she started her private thread, and as she was connecting with her people, they actually stopped posting and really connected with Susan in that private thread. And I think that is awesome. I think that is a great thing because it's giving, like, say in this case, I don't mean to be putting Susan on the limelight here, but she gave a great example in our thread about how people were just drawn to her, and the thread is just going really, really well. So what I was telling her was, when I started and I had my own challenge group and I had maybe 5 people, and then I added people, and then that group just kind of grew or whatever. And then after they had repeated like 3 or 4 times, then I formed my own accountability group. I don't know what you're wanting to do with yours. You may do something, you may have an idea that's like far supersedes what my idea was. I just divided at that point. I started a group that repeats, and then after they're done, they really know 21-day fix, then they go in the accountability group. I kind of gave my advice to Susan, and I'm giving it to you guys as well. If you need to put your people in my accountability group, by all means do that. I highly recommend not doing that, because I think you're going to want your own people with you so that you can start building into them, pouring into them, seeing which ones, because I don't know your people. I don't know them personally, whereas you do. When you have them all by themselves, you can start seeing people who are going to rise up as coaches. So I recommend keeping your people and let them be your tribe. I wouldn't mix them into my accountability group. But that's entirely up to you. I'm going to let you guys, decide that. But I would think that you would want to keep your own people and start really building your team and then hitting diamond. We have a lot of people who could just go for diamonds, just quickly. So anyway, enough on that, but that's just what we're going to do. Once Love Your Bodies is done, it's done. It's done like Sunday. That's the end. And then March starts, the March makeover. And then on the 21st is when group 2 starts. So you can start pushing for that. I actually already started an ad for that. So if you look on my wall, I already did a PicMonkey for that, and I'm starting to advertise for that as well. So that's that. And yeah, so we're going to talk tonight about telling your story, and I found just a real quick 10-minute video on that, and then we'll come back and talk about it a little bit. But I'm going to head there now, share my screen, and here's our top coaches thing. All right. Or maybe Maybe I should turn
Hello, my name is Audrey Diaz-Robles, and I am a 2014 5-star elite coach, 2-star qualifying in my second business center. And I want to talk to you guys about something really important that's going to help you be a successful Beachbody coach, which is storytelling on social media. Now, a lot of you, when you become coaches, you probably weren't using Facebook in the same capacity as you'll be using it now as a coach. And by that I mean that before Facebook, our intent is just to share our lives, which you'll still be doing, but it's simply like maybe posting a picture that we find funny, like no story behind it, no caption behind it. It's just like, here's a picture of my kids this weekend, or here's what I had for lunch. But with nothing behind it, you're not expressing yourself, you're not storytelling. Now, as a coach, the way to really be successful is to become storyteller. What is our story and how does it develop day by day? Because that's a great way to show our progress in our lives. So when you wake up in the morning and you go to work out, it's not just workout done, here's a picture, but how are you feeling? How are you feeling about your progress? Talk about it. And especially if you were the type of person maybe that didn't work out before, talk about how you feel now that you are, how you were able to overcome that mentally. Or I know I have a lot of coaches on my team who are thin and maybe don't have to lose weight and don't have that typical transformation. Well, that's a great story. And that's why you should be a storyteller, because there are a lot of women that will be able to relate to you and not having weight to lose, but just needing to tone up. So when you post your workout pictures, it should be like, I never really had weight to lose, but I wasn't happy with myself. I had a lot of fat to lose on my body, and for me it's about becoming the best, healthiest version of myself I can be. That's a story you tell. And it's also about being more vulnerable, which is really hard to do for a lot of people, but that's what makes you relatable. When you storytell, it's not just posting up a picture with no caption, but talking about what that picture means to you. So when you have a hardship in your life, you stop and you say what you were going through. You don't have to tell the whole story. But for example, my son having a speech delay and going through occupational therapy, that was really hard for me. So I spoke about that, pictures with him. I've posted about the first time he rode a bike because he couldn't pedal because his motor skills weren't there. So to be able to see him do that, that was a big deal for me. And I share that because I know it's going to help another mom out there. And it has. I've had moms reach out to me. I never told anybody this, but my son also needs speech therapy and I'm devastated. And my son also needs OT. And I haven't shared this with anybody yet. I'm so glad you're posting this. And with that, like, just picture what you want.
Can you guys mute your screens? We're getting some background. There we go. Thank you.
But what is the nutrition behind it? What are you thinking? What are your goals? Because our goal really as Beachbody coaches is to educate people. And we don't want to be salesy. That's like the number one thing everyone's scared of when they become a coach. I don't want to be salesy. But if you just post up pictures, like random pictures, like flood your social media with Beachbody things and things that you're a coach, then people are going to get sick of that. That's not adding value. But if you look at your life, like for example, you love being a Beachbody coach, and you could post something like, I love being a Beachbody coach. I've seen those things going around. That's cool, but what would be better is if you posted something like with your team, or post a picture of you talking to a challenger, and then say something like, I can't believe that I get to help people for a living. I get to empower people for a living. I get to make a difference for a living. That says a lot more about you and what you actually do than sounding like salesy, like, yeah, I'm a Beachbody coach. And don't be scared to share what makes you vulnerable, like I said with my son. Even setbacks. A lot of people also tend to hide. Like if in your own fitness you've gained weight or you've fallen off the wagon, it's a great place to be vulnerable, because guess what? Everybody's human. Everybody goes through things. And people that are perfect are not relatable. We tend to hide from people that are perfect because we feel like we're not worthy. We have those insecurities as well. So if you're just like, hey, You know, I know I'm a coach and everything, but I've had a really hard time lately. I'm so stressed. I'm the first one to admit I've fallen off the wagon, but I need to get back on. And I'm looking for people to do this with me because it's about progress, not perfection. And that speaks volumes of you. And another tip is that it has to be something that you do daily. Like, you can't be a coach one day and then the next day, if someone goes to your feed, there's nothing about what you do. You know, people need to, I love this on Instagram because you're able to look at a person's last 9 or 12 pictures. You get this immediate picture of what they're about as a person, what they stand for, what they're into. You know, so if you look at someone's Instagram and you don't see anything that tells you that they're a coach, then, you know, they're not really about this life. And I posted something the other day, which is pretty awesome, which says that Beachbody coaches, Beachbody isn't something you do. It's something that you live. It's ingrained. Those 3 vital behaviors are ingrained in us daily. So it needs to speak out in what we do. Because if you even think about our whys, when we post pictures about our kids, those are our whys. So what does it mean to you to spend time with your kids, to be able to do certain things for and with your kids? So with the 3 vital behaviors, it should be something you share. So if you look at your Instagram feed, you should be able to tell that you're a coach. I had somebody tell me recently that they were approached by another coach. And when they told that coach, like, hey, I'm a coach too, that person said to them, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see anything on your Instagram that told me you were a coach. And then that's a shame. So it's about storytelling. You have to tell your story, why you're a coach, not just say I'm a coach because blah, 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 but show it with your kids, the things you've been able to do, the people you've been able to help. Each of those things is a story in and of itself. So your social media should speak it. Find things that add value. You know, with my personal development, I like to take things that I'm learning and I like to write about it. So on my Instagram, I'll post like a quote and I'll do something short about how to apply it to life and how it applies to my philosophy on life. So those are things that you go doing to educate the public on what you're learning, how you're progressing as a person, what it means to you, how you're adding value. It's not just, hey, this is on sale, buy it from me, and it's not just my challenge group starts here, because you can also talk about what's going on in your challenge groups. Because remember, people join you because you're the coach, not because 21 Day Fix is on sale and they need to buy it from somebody, because they can go anywhere. They could totally bypass you. They don't need you. They should want you to be your coach. So what you need to talk about are your challenge groups and storytell what goes on in your challenge groups. You know, what's the energy like in there? What are some of the things that you're doing in there? What kind of progress are your challengers seeing? If you're not sharing that and storytelling about that, people don't know what you do. You know, people can get Shakeology and these containers from anybody. How do you use them? What does it mean to you? How is it changing your life? It's all about storytelling and what you do with your life, how you portray your life, how you share your life. And also, I know these are all random thoughts, but I just needed to get it out. Also, the more vulnerable you are, those things that you're scared to post about, those are the things that you should be posting. And don't put it like on a like page. Post it on, especially if you're a new coach, put it on your personal page, because those things are important. You're not the only one. Those things that you're scared to post about, you're not the only one that goes through them. And I guarantee you, when you open up enough to be real about your real struggles on social media and how you plan on overcoming them, that's when people are like, wow, this person is inspiring. Like, I go through the same thing and here I am feeling bad about myself, and they are doing something about it. And that's what's going to get people following you, people trusting you. And that's really the key. When you storytell, people trust you. It's kind of like those reality shows on TV where you feel you know the person. And that's the point. Because if you just post up a picture of something funny, or a picture of just, you know, the cover of Insanity Max 30, that's not saying anything about who you are. And people need to know who you are in order to trust you, in order to want you as their coach, in order to be inspired enough by you to say, hey, I like this person, I feel like I can trust them, I want to join their team. How do I get in this person's life? Because I want to do whatever they're doing, because I have the same beliefs as them. I've learned so much from them because every day I see them working on themselves, and that's important to me. Those are the kind of people that you want to attract. And that's not going to happen unless you become a storyteller.
Okay. So when I watched that, I was really, really encouraged by that. Just that storyteller. And I thought too that, and I've heard Jatana say it, and I've heard some of the other coaches say it too, if you can find 3 to 5 things that you love, you know, and not veer out of those things so much. I liked what she said. Every day there needs to be something on there that you are a coach, so that if someone's scrolling through, they know what you're about. They know, you know, what you do. I love the Instagram, and I'm hoping that we get a little more understanding of Instagram. Hint, hint, Melinda, because I think you are the big Instagram user. Because I have an account, but I don't know how to use it. But that, you know, but just being able to tell our story, whether it's through pictures, whether it's through, you know, even with me, I have so much in my backstory of things that I've been through, and people are attracted to that. Just things that I've gone through of being sick in my life, and I'm an overcomer, or being a homeschooling mom, you know, trying to just find those things. You're not, usually if you go through my page, not saying that I'm like the example to follow, I would say go to one of the elite coaches and try to like bypass me. Don't let me be the top person. You know, Jatana is above me, and you know, because I would aim higher at like a, you know, Lindsay Matway or you know, Melanie Mitro, or you know, whoever, and see what they're doing, because you can see like, bam, there's a post. And then a few hours later, there's another one. It's like solid posts, whatever they are. You don't see a lot of shared links or cartoon stuff. And I block a lot of that silly stuff from my, like, it has to go through a filter. It can't just pop up on my page unless I review it first. And you can see that. I don't let just anybody post anything on my page. If it kind of relates to homeschooling, or if it relates to fitness or my faith, then yeah, maybe, but I don't let just everything pop up on my thing, because I want it to be nice and clean. I just want it to be a tidy Facebook page. So I would just say, you know, let it be on those 3, 4, you know, maybe 5 topics, and just let it be really clean that way. And really let your personality show. You know, people will relate to you. Like I said, the initial thing, I've got a few thoughts running through my mind, and I'm getting ready to rabbit trail a little bit. But one of the coaches, Sarah, who is just brand new, and I was looking through her Facebook page. I don't have time to go through all of our coaches, but with Sarah, of course, when a new coach has come in, I'm just so excited, and I want to do shout outs and pick monkeys and stuff like that. But I was just seeing the excitement that she has on her Facebook page. Like, I'm doing this, and this is awesome. I just lost this much weight, and I've just done this. Like, it is so fresh and new for her, and it's refreshing for someone that's seen her as she's going through that journey. Now, for someone like me, I've been on it for a few months, like I've already hit my goal weight, and yeah, you know, so I've got to figure out ways to spice it up without, without being boring and repeating myself so often. So I thought it was really, really good seeing her, and just seeing how people are just like. She has so many likes just of her telling her story, where she is right now. And then, in all honesty, I get more likes when I'm telling stories about my life that people can relate to. Like, man, this was a bummer, like on my dark, dreary days, but yet I'm an overcomer. People adhere to that in me. Or, you know, if I get a time when there's a lot of homeschooling friends that are seeing some of my posts, then they may be like, they might, you know, make comments or something on my stuff or whatever. And that applies to anything. If it's gardening and you have a lot of gardening friends, then just talk about it. Man, whatever your story is, just, you know, share that so that you get people wanting, like, you're liking your personality. And I like what she just said about they can get 21 Day Fix anywhere. They can go on Amazon. They can go anywhere. But the more they hear our story and what we're doing as individuals, they're going to want to do it with us and as a team. So anyway, I'm going to open this up and see if anybody else has anything, what stood out to you about the video, or maybe you have thoughts yourself. Anybody? Sorry, my thing is dinging. Do you guys feel like you're able to tell your stories? I mean, was there anything that stood out? I mean, did you guys take notes or anything at all stand out about what we just watched? I see you're unmuted, Lori. You have something to say?
I was just going to say, I feel like she was saying about putting coaching things on there every day. I think it's hard to do that because you don't want to just come out and say, hey, everybody, I'm a Beachbody coach. Or, you know, you get tired of posting, let me help you get results, or, you know, whatever. It's just hard to come up with ideas to get the point out there that you are a coach. I mean, we need to all come together and try to find creative ways to say it without actually saying it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then even telling what it feels like, you know, none of us wants to work. Who wants to work out every single cotton picking day? Nobody wants to do that, but, well, some people do, you know, but not me, you know, but I can share that and, you know, and do it. And it's because of this accountability group. It is because of you guys, for real. Like, that is like so real. I can't even say it. It's like, I've got to get a picture out there. I've got to do that. I got to be proof that the product works, you know, and people want to see that.
The other thing I was going to say is, I know a lot of these videos we've watched about coaches talking about income, like how they're making 6 figures and all that. Well, us coaches that have only been in it for a few months or brand new, we don't have that luxury to say, hey, I'm living off of a Beachbody income, you know, don't you want to join me? I mean, it's like, you know,
yeah,
you don't have that option to use
mm-hmm.
to bring people in. You have to find other ways.
Yep. Yep. That's true. That is true. And I think it's something that takes time. And I've said that before too. Yeah, I signed up with Beachbody, but I was doing like fitness stuff on my Facebook for like at least a year before I even signed up with Beachbody. Like I did some free events, and we're going to talk about that at some point in time too. I did these like a free, it was an event. It had a start date and an end date. It was like a 30-day, instead of it being a Facebook group, I created an event and it lasted for 30 days. And we pretty much kind of the same thing. You post every day and people, you know, but it's free. But then you invite like 300 people to it, and then you tell them to invite their friends, their friends, their friends. And then, you know, at the end of it, then you have another audience that are already there ready for fitness. And they're like, wow, this was fun doing it as a group. And then you have them friend you, and then, you know, you're able to, you know, let them know, hey, this is what's going on. So that's another option too for kind of veering off the storytelling thing. But like, I was doing that stuff before I became a Beachbody coach. So people already knew that I was into that. People knew that I was spiritual. People knew that I had battled cancer. Like, for me, if I'm going to the ER, it's going to be on my Facebook page. I mean, unless someone's dying, that, you know, but I'm just saying, because I feel like I see my Facebook family for real as my family. They are my family first. Now we're branching out, and I don't know as many people now, but the people that stick around, they relate to me, and they see me as family, even if I don't know them from Adam. And that can be a little scary. That can be even in challenge groups when I don't know people, and I'm like, oh, there's people that I don't, you know, like I woke up just this morning thinking, I've got people that signed up under me and I don't even know who they are. It's a weird feeling sometimes, but that's okay. You know, I just, it's pushing me out of my comfort level as well. So, but it took me all of that time to share who I am on Facebook. And then once I signed up, you know, things expedited a little bit faster, probably because I already had that fitness following, if you will. So anybody else have anything? Melinda, you had mentioned something you had made a comment about wanting to know more information about storytelling. Was there anything that you got from this, or do you still have questions maybe any of us might be able to answer? Or... I don't think Melinda hears us. Can you hear us, Melinda? Oh, I don't think she can hear us.
She looks frozen.
Oh, is she frozen?
It looks like it.
I guess she is. Yeah. How about Brenda or Cindy? Either one of you guys?
I did like something that she said. One of her quotes was, "Coaching isn't what I do, it's what I live." I thought that would be a good thing to put on the page, you know, and maybe a picture of you working at your desk or something like that. That might help Lori, you know what I mean? Like, it's just another way to kind of get it in there without vomiting it all over the place. It's kind of subtly, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was good.
But yeah, I want to find out about that Instagram stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. I just saw something on that today.
Instagram.
What's that, Lori?
I posted some on Instagram. I actually had set them up through Hootsuite with my Facebook post, but I don't know that I like that because every time it goes to post to Instagram, you have to approve it. Like it'll pop up on my phone and I'll have to approve it and then hit, you know, load or whatever it says. But then it doesn't upload. Like on Facebook, you know, you put your picture and then you also can write out your little story with it or whatever. And then on Instagram, all it posts is the picture. It doesn't post the writing. So you actually have to go back in and comment on the picture on Instagram, whatever. And I don't like that. So I'm thinking if you do Instagram, it's better just to go do it instead of worrying about trying to schedule it through Hootsuite.
Another, something that Libby, when she was working with Jatana, she likes Buffer, whatever it's called.
Keep that out and see what the difference is.
Yeah, I wish that there was one that didn't say Hootsuite. I wish it just didn't say that that's what it was, because then they know that you're not posting it right at that second. So maybe Buffer doesn't do that, because the other one, I don't see that on the, like Melanie Mitro's. I don't see Buffer or Hootsuite or anything on hers. So if they're, but then again, she really does get up early. And I think she really does do like Photify. I don't know if she plans her posts or not. She probably plans her posts for the challenge groups, but I don't know that she does for her wall. So I don't know, but Buffer, another option. All right. Brenda, did you have anything to add? No? Okay. All right, ladies, thank you.
Can I ask one more question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
It's not about the video, it's back about the accountability groups and that kind of thing. So after this round 2, the challenges that we have, we'll move them into the March Makeover. And from there, if we set them up into our own accountability group, even though we only have like 2 or 3, do you think that's enough to start an accountability group?
We could ask them if they just want to keep on going. By that time, you're going to have more.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have more by that time, you know, because you're going to start, because now it's March, you're going to start selling more. You'll at least have 5 people, or even finding people that have the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and just saying, does anybody, you know, if you have any, you know, P90X or whatever, that's what I did too, is have people.
That's a good idea.
You know, I have a lot of people that actually are in my accountability group. Like when they started, they bought it offline,
Okay.
like months ago. Like Trisha, who's in our accountability group, she had it and she was like, I never got any success and it's been sitting there. Lori, my cousin, same thing. She had it and just wanted to be part. Shannon, my newest coach now, same thing. She had the stuff and then she decided to buy a new challenge pack and then now she's a coach.
So they didn't have to buy the Shakeology at that point from you. You just popped them in there.
As long as they had any kind of, as long as they had some kind of beach body, something they could be in.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then we all worked out together and it was fine until my numbers started accumulating.
Okay, and then the other thing, you guys were talking about the chat threads. I feel I'm not tech savvy at all.
Okay.
How do you start that? Like, is that just in Facebook? You just start?
Just like what we're doing in Top Coaches.
Yeah.
Like that's a chat, that's a chat coach
So
thread.
you just set up the Facebook group, Top Coaches, and then you start the chatting from there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I went in there and started like if you're going to multi-message, do you know how to multi-message? Like if you're going to send something to us, say me and Brenda and Lori, do you know how to send like a message to all of us? Because I can show you how. Yeah,
could you? I could probably figure that out, but I don't think I've never had to do that.
Yeah, let me.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself.
Oh, stop share. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. I need to share. I just need to get out of here. I need to get out of this thing. Escape. Well, here's Miss Tech Savvy. See how tech savvy I am? How come I'm not out of here? There we go. Oh, I needed to click on it. So if I'm going to start a new message, I'm going to do a new message like right here, and I'll put Cindy, then I'll put Brenda, and then I'll put Lori. And then you can go in here and you can, I don't know if you can name it immediately. Oh, you can't. Or could I have? I don't know if I could have. But like, I can send it. Then you can go in here and you can call it edit conversation name. And then, whatever the group is, what I would do is put like Cindy's Challengers. And that way when there you go, there's a typo. It's not always voice text, but you know what I'm getting at. So then I rename it and there it is. It's Cindy's Challengers. So then every time you get a message in there. And then I get that. So with my people, even with Love Your Body, I took them from there and I just said, hey, you guys are my personally sponsored guys, and I want to make sure that you guys know I'm available to you. Here's an extra video I found. Here's an extra tip I found. Here's an extra, whatever. And there is a lot of activity that go in there. Then after a while, you will see people leave that conversation because they don't like to get bombarded with that. But usually if it's just like 3 or 4, they usually stay in there, And then eventually from there you can say, hey, I'm getting ready to start my own challenge group, And truly a challenge group is so much easier than what it sounds like, because literally all you're doing, if you already know how to do Hootsuite, you are literally, and I already have my guide. Like I have prep week, all I do is copy it and paste it. It takes me 5 minutes to do prep week, and I do it from Sunday to Sunday. And after that, it depends on the personality of the group. If I can see that there's like a lot of activity, then I might be posting a different way. Like today, I was like, you know what? Or maybe it was last night. I said, I'm going to let everybody post a selfie today, of sweaty selfie rather than doing a Hootsuite, like whatever. And there was a lot of interaction today, with that. But a challenge group, it really is easier than what you think. And then that's going to be a way that your people aren't going to stay so quiet because they're in Rebecca's group. It's just going to be a way for you to have your people, and you're going to be able to see which ones in your group are the Sarahs, are the, Lori Butterworth, the ones who are just like active, like, oh, okay. you know. And like Lori and I were private messaging, like, okay, girl, are you doing your workout? You know, at the very, very beginning. And then she was my challenge winner. And then she's lost the most of anyone in the entire group. You and Miriam both are like neck and neck, right at 30 pounds. So, you know, yeah, so that's just, you know, I know it's hard, but I just, especially as I get more coaches, because the more they're going to, your people are going to get lost in the crowd, and you don't want that. Just like even the same way that I am with Epic, I love you guys getting the resources there, but I don't want you guys getting lost in that crowd. We have to keep pouring downstream. We can't keep swimming upstream. We want to get our resources so that we can pour down to our challengers and down to our coaches that way. Does that make sense? So we want the resources available, but we want to see who downstream is going to start popping up and going to be your next emeralds or your next diamond. Who knows? You could sign someone that's going to turn diamond in 11 weeks. So, anything else? All right. I think I'm going to like record this on YouTube. I'm going to download it on YouTube. I don't think I'm going to like put this right there on. There's Kathy. Well, look who's here. Hey, Kathy. You're just getting ready to hang up. You got on right at the nick of time. You were getting ready to close it out, Kathy. Can you hear us? I don't think she can hear us yet. Can you hear us? You can unmute.
Well, it's really loud here, so I was going to leave it on mute.
Oh, okay. Well, we've already started. I was getting ready to hang up.
Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to get towards the end of it.
Yeah. I'm going to hang up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this on a YouTube. I have a Life Changers YouTube channel now. So I'm going to like put videos on there, and then we can share them from there. And then I'm not going to splatter them because not everybody in our Life Changers group are coaches. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like this is kind of personal. Not personal. It's not personal, but it's not as professional as like a Lindsay Matway call for sure. I'm not coming out of that insecurity yet of just blabbing it out there. But I'll put it in a YouTube and then post it into our top coaches. All right, ladies, have a good evening. We'll see you, and I'll get it to you as soon as I get it up, Kathy, okay? All right. Good night.